Hello and welcome to the Unofficial British Artists Top 40, which is actually a Top 20 for reasons that I really cannot be bothered to explain now. Welcome to the show, and we're going to talk about this week's Top 20 of British artists, and it's actually a little disappointing. So let's go straight into it, shall we? So, firstly, we've got quite a lot of songs have dropped out of the chart. So these are ones that were in my Top 20 last week, but are no longer in the Top 20 this week. So, firstly, there's a trilogy from SD Kid. There's his collaboration with Rico Ace, Phantom, that's dropped out, number 13 last week, gone this week. SD Kid 4 Roars also dropped out, number 14 last week, not in the top 20 this week. And finally Century, which was at number 17 last week and has dropped out this week. There's also Fred Again, Sammy Vidri, Virgie and Reggie, Talk of the Town, that was number 18 this week, that's gone. And there was also Sam Fender, People Watching, it's gone. It was my notes are broken, number 20 last week, and it's dropped out of the chart this week. So that's positive. It makes sense that the stuff from the bottom end of the chart is the stuff that's dropping out. Now let's actually talk about the top 20 this week. So bear in mind, this is my top 20. It is only using British artists, and British artists is anybody from the British Isles. So I include artists from the Republic of Ireland in this list. So at number 20, Fleetwood Mac, Dreams. Now, this is just showing the issue with this chart and how little British music there is around at the moment. This song has been in the official top 100 since I have been tracking this chart, and I've been doing it on and off for a couple of years now. So although it's showing as a new entry in here, this has been hovering in the top 100 for a very, very long time. So in fact, it's an indicator of how little British stuff there is about the fact that it's broken into my top 20. Similar with number 19, I'm showing it as a new entry. It's the wonderful, I'm not knocking the track, I love this track, Messy by Lola Young, but unfortunately again it's a symptom of how little British stuff there is in the chart. I'm showing it as a new entry. Again, it's been around in the top 100 for at least 18 months, and again it's only in because there's so little British stuff ahead of it. Number 18 is Sienna Spiro's Maybe. Again, I don't think it's been around for quite as long. I'd have to double check that. But again, it's a symptom of the same issue. At number 17, we have As It Was by Harry Styles. This has been in the chart for 3 weeks now. It entered the chart... 2 weeks, sorry. No, 3 weeks. Oh, I'm confusing myself now. Hang on, let me just go and check my notes. Yeah, 3 weeks. It came into the charts because I'm guessing a lot of people listened to his new single Aperture and then went on to listen to some other Harry Styles stuff. But yeah, in fact, that's actually gone up 2 places. So last week, As It Was by Harry Styles was at number 19 in the British Artists UK Top 20. It's now gone up 2 places. Again, another symptom of how little British stuff there is in the official top 100, because in the official top 100, it's actually gone down 13 places. It's gone from 42 to 55, but in my chart, it's gone up 2. Next is Haven. Number 16 is Haven featuring Caitlin Aragon, I Run. 3rd week in my chart, that's because my chart has only existed for 3 weeks. Top position number 9, but this week down 7. At number 15, we have the first proper new entry. So the Sienna Spiro, Lola Young and Fleetwood Mac tracks from earlier I listed as new entries purely because they haven't appeared in this chart before, which is partially for how long it's been running and partially because there's not much other British music in the chart. However, at number 15 we have a proper actual new entry, a new song, Calvin Harris and Kasabian, Release the Pressure, and I've just listened to it and it's a nice dance track. I liked it, so that's come in there. At number 14 we have Boys Don't Cry by The Cure. It's the last track in the top 20 that is a hangover from songs being listened to as a result of Stranger Things. It's gone down 2 places. It's number 12 last week, it's number 14 this week, and that's The Cure, Boys Don't Cry. But again, just to give you an idea of how this chart is struggling for new British music, if I'd been tracking a top 40, number 21 would have been The Police, Every Breath You Take. Again, an old song. It's in the official top 100, again, purely because it's been used in Stranger Things, and people are obviously still listening to it, and it hasn't dropped down very fast. Anyway, waffling on. Number 14, The Cure, Boys Don't Cry. And number 13, oh no, this is another one actually. Number 13, Fleetwood Mac's Landslide, has actually gone up 3 in this chart. It's third week on the chart. Again, it's there because of Stranger Things. And number 12, Sienna Spiro's You Stole the Show, up 3 places, 3 weeks on the chart. And then at number 11, we have our second. So of the 5 new entries, only 2 of them are proper new entries. This is the second one. At number 11, we have Miles Smith and Niall Horan with Drive Safe. And again, I've just listened to it. It seems like, you listen to it, it feels like a Miles Smith song. I don't know Niall Horan enough to be able to judge whether it's typical of what he does, but it feels like a Miles Smith song. Hopefully it will grow on me. There was some of his stuff was in the charts for such a long time. In 24, I did grow to really like it. Was there one called I'll Wait For You? I think that's what it was called. Certainly that was the main lyric in it. Anyway, that's at number 11, Miles Smith and Niall Horan. Number 10, Sonny Fodero collaborating with DOD and Bascom, Think About Us. That's gone up 1 place. In fact, it's now its highest chart position on my chart. At number 9 is Olivia Dean, A Couple of Minutes. That's also gone up 1 place. Number 8, Harry Styles' Aperture. Now that's dropped. Given how massive Harry Styles was, I was kind of hoping this would hover closer to the top of the chart for quite a bit longer. It's at number 8 in my chart, which means it's down 5 places. I'm just going to hopefully not take too long, but I'm just going to try and find out where it is in the official top 100, because I have a funny feeling it's quite far down. Let me just, again. It's at number 12. So it peaked at number 1. It's been in the charts 4 weeks. It's already at number 12. Just to give you an idea of what the official chart number 1 is this week, it's back to being Opalite by Taylor Swift. Oh, yeah. So Harry Styles at my chart, number 8 with Aperture, down 5. There's a non-mover at number 7, Sienna Spiro's Die on This Hill, which I love it. It's an awesome track, by the way. That's a non-mover. Up 2 from 8 to 6 is Pink Pantheress with Stateside. Up 1 is Olivia Dean's Man I Need. A non-mover at number 4, it's Olivia Dean with So Easy to Fall in Love. Number 4 last week, number 4 this week. And then at number 3, which has actually gone up a couple of places, Sam Fender and Olivia Dean's collaboration, Rain Me In. It's a really good, well, it's not really my cup of tea, but it is objectively a good song, and it's doing really, really well. And number 2, no movement in the top 2 this week, unfortunately. Number 2 is Ray, Where Is My Husband? I love this song. I love her. I cannot wait for the album to come out. I think it's called This Song May Contain Happiness. And I can't remember the release date for it, but I will be buying that on vinyl the day it comes out. I cannot wait. And then at number 1, also non-mover, Dave and Thames with Rain Dance. So there we have it, a fairly lacklustre top 20. As I said, 5 new entries, only 2 of which are proper new songs. Quite a lot of British stuff has dropped out of the chart. And yeah, so just to have a look at the top 10, 20. So now I'm looking at the official chart and how many of the tracks in the top 10, top 20 and top 40 are by British artists. So the top 10 is still fairly strong. 6 out of the 10 tracks in the official top 40. Sorry, 6 out of 10 charts in the official top 10. I can't even talk. 6 out of 10 songs in the official top 10 are by or contain British artists. That's the same as last week. In fact, that's the same. This is the 3rd week of this chart. That has not changed. In the last 3 weeks, 6 out of 10 songs have been by British artists in the top 10. That's good. However, this is where it starts to go wrong. In the top 20, there are only another 3 songs by British artists. So it's 9 out of 20, which is 45%. Now, this is the 3rd week I've been tracking this chart. It was 60% with 12 songs when I started it two weeks ago, but it's dropped down by 15% or 3 songs. So there's now only 9 British artists in the official top 20. And then you go to the official top 40, there are only 15. So another 6, only 6 songs with British artists in that bottom half of the top 40. Between 21 and 40, there are only 6 British artists in the official British top 40 singles chart. So that's 37.5%. And when I started this 2 weeks ago, this is the third one, it was 52.5%. So it's dropped by 6 songs. There were 21 out of 40 by British artists 2 weeks ago. It's down to 15 now. So I think one of the things I said to myself when I started this was, is this a pattern or is it just a blip? You know, that there was such a good representation, which, if I'm honest, is what inspired me to start doing this again. It looks like it might have been a blip. But never mind, I'm not going to stop doing this now because I'm quite enjoying it. You probably aren't, given how few people are listening to it, but then I don't do it for the listeners. I do it for the joy of watching British music deteriorate before my eyes. No, it's not the music that's deteriorating, it's the listenership to it. That's what's so frustrating. We've got some amazing music out there. I have been listening to British. I even listened to, this is going to sound ludicrous because anybody who knows me knows my taste in music. I actually listened to the new Sleaford Mods album. And do you know what? I didn't hate it. I really like the track with Gwendolyn Christie in it. Now, why would someone like me listen to Sleaford Mods? The honest answer is because last year, the year before, they did a cover of West End Girls. And I actually really liked it. And it was completely sanctioned by the original artist, Pet Shop Boys, because on the 12-inch single, which I'm proud to own, there was a Pet Shop Boys remix of the West End Girls cover by Sleaford Mods. It was terrific. So you had Neil Tennant in the background as a backing singer for a track. Then he read his track. Oh, I love that. Anyway. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this, and it's a bit disappointing that this week we've lost such representation. I'll keep doing this. So next week is looking a little bit more promising because, not today, I'm recording this on Saturday. So yesterday, the new album by Charlie XCX, Wuthering Heights, came out. Now, if she is as stellar as she was during the Brat summer of 2 years ago, I think there's a very good chance there's going to be 3 new entries into the top 20 next week by Charlie XCX. I say 3 because there are only allowed to be 3 tracks by the same artist in the official top 100. And that came about because a few years ago, Ed Sheeran released an album, and I think it had 10 tracks in it. And those 10 tracks all got into the top 11. So there were literally the top 11 was that album plus one other track that had managed to outplay some of the songs on that album. So they changed the rules so that they could only put 3 tracks by each artist in the official top 100 to stop that kind of thing happening. But yeah, so that's coming up. I think I'm going to actually listen to the Charlie XCX album before I do this show next week. So I will talk about that as well. Charlie XCX is interesting because I admit she's huge. She's amazing. She has done some really, really good tracks. But most of the stuff that really, really charts isn't really my kind of music. The one I enjoyed most of Brat, believe it or not, was Guess. And it was actually the re-release of Guess, the one that was on they did a second edition of Brat, which had a very long-winded title, something along the lines of Brat but totally different and yet somehow the same and still Brat. That's probably not what it was called, but it was something like that. And it had different versions of, I think, all but 1 or 2 of the songs on the original album. And the version of Guess was a collaboration with Billie Eilish, and it was a bit rude, but it was good fun. So, and it was a British artist doing well in the charts, so I can't complain about that. So yeah, that's to look forward to. Next week, the Wuthering Heights album, and it's called Wuthering Heights because it's a soundtrack to the new film. I've forgotten the director's name, something Fennell, but it's her. She basically asked Charlie XCX to do the soundtrack. So that film is out, I think, now as well. The album is out. So it'll be interesting to see if these songs perforate the chart next week. Anyway, that's enough from me. If anybody has any comments or would like to say anything about anything I've said, please feel free to contact me. The website is, go to my official website, which, actually, no, don't. Go to my link tree, Richard Wrights, which is linkt.ree/Richard Wrights, capital R, capital W. That will give you any ways to contact me through any of my social media. Anyway, that's it. I'll be back at a similar time next week. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.